Hey everyone, it's Catherine. I'm making what seems like my monthly appearance on YouTube at this point. And I'm doing it with a video idea I'm super psyched about. Whenever people ask me that icebreaker of like, oh, if you had a superpower, what would it be? I always answer with, I wish I knew what other people were saying about me when I'm not there. And this is probably the closest I'll ever get to it. We are long gone from the days where YouTubers would do tag videos, but I feel like this is the next best thing. I've seen so many people do it and I love watching these videos. I asked for your assumptions about me and my life on my Instagram stories, which also thank you so much for the lovely feedback on my Instagram stories from my Canada trip. If you don't know what I'm talking about, all my Canada stories and photos are on my Instagram at Katherout. Would love a follow. Really trying to get the swipe up to read more functionality at 10K. And I also asked on Tumblr, so if you wanted to get a little more savage, be anonymous, you could head over there. And you guys definitely did. You showed up for this video and I am here to address these assumptions. Let's go. Assumption: that you are on the verge of a mental breakdown. I would love a little more context from this anonymous person on what makes them think that I'm on the verge of a mental breakdown. I actually started therapy for the first time in my life this past fall, but I had someone with a doctorate in psychology confirm that I'm not on the verge of a mental breakdown, so I think that's a good diagnosis, but I'll let you guys know if I get towards the tipping point on that. I certainly hope I do not. Assumption: that you are 1, a bit insecure, and 2, care what others think about you. Number 2, I feel like that's true of any influencer. They'd be lying if they said that they didn't care what other people think. It's kind of in the job title, the job description, that you need to weigh in the feedback of what people think about me. And the sheer fact that I'm doing this video obviously confirms that I care what people think about me. Number 1, a bit insecure. I haven't really struggled with insecurity since like middle school until honestly these past few months. I've had a really huge battle with acne. It's really taken a toll on my self-esteem, and I totally understand where people are coming from when they complain about their acne, because it really does get in the way of me feeling good about myself. Don't have a cure for that yet, so I'm still working on it, but I've been a little bit more insecure than usual, sad to report. Assumption: you miss being in college just for making the college types of videos like you used to. This is kind of savage, and I hate to use that word, but kind of savage. I really don't miss college, but she's kind of right, or he is kind of right, in the way that I do really miss making college content. I was being genuine when I said the other video, like, my well has run dry. Like, I do not have more college advice to give you. Like, I wish I could give you more, but I just don't. Probably because I'm not in college anymore, so I don't have new ideas and new learnings. It's tough for me to come on YouTube now because I feel like I've kind of lost that same vitality and that brand and that great content I used to give you guys. So I really do miss making college content, and I'm sad that I couldn't keep that up for, you know, a few more years. This assumption is that I am single, and it is true. I wanted to clear this up because I've gotten a lot of questions about it. Austin and I are no longer together, which I know is seriously shocking because I got a lot of messages that I had relationship goals and I had the perfect relationship. I know that breakup videos on YouTube have been very trendy, and I really did my best not to make one of those, but I do just want to stop the questioning about like why we broke up or like when or like, if we broke up. I know when I watch breakup videos, like when I watched Lord DIY and Alex Wasabi's breakup video, I just wanted so desperately to know like the ins and outs of like what went wrong and like what the reasoning was and like all of the context and the juicy details. And like if I knew you guys in person, I'd probably feel more comfortable talking about that with you. But because the internet's forever, like Childish Gambino says, and this video's up for posterity, like I just can't divulge all the details, and it's also not fair to Austin. So there you have it, and would respect it if no more questions were asked, if it's possible. Assumption: you're an enneagram 3. I'm actually an enneagram 8, if that means anything to you. Very much into enneagram. Is the only personality type that I subscribe to, but I'm an 8. Assumption: you're very mature and not afraid to make changes if it will make you happy. I love this. I don't know if any of you read the Instagram post I had about my friend Kirsten moving to Utah, but I love when people can adjust their life and make changes in their environment when they're unhappy. That's something I learned way back in college in my OT classes, and I will totally make changes to my environment, my habits, anything if I'm not happy, because I hate complaining. I used to be a very avid complainer growing up, and now I have curbed that habit, so I will make changes. And on that note, I want to introduce today's sponsor because it can help you make changes if there's something you're not happy about in your life. I'm sure you've heard of Skillshare. If you don't watch or listen to Cody Co's content, then maybe you don't. Skillshare has 25 1,000 classes in business, design, and it's an online learning community for you to access all of that and more. If you have my post notifications turned on and you're one of the first to this video, lucky you, the first 500 people are gonna get a 2-month free trial of Skillshare, which is phenomenal. So you can try it out, access some classes, and then decide what kind of membership you want to get. The premium membership gives you unlimited access if you want that. And to me, it's like the perfect time to start this just because you might have some New Year's goals. Like for me, I want to start coding, maybe in Python, I'm not really sure yet. That's something Skillshare can help me with. I actually want to learn how to use Adobe Photoshop, which is hilarious because I work at Adobe, so I'm probably going to use Skillshare for that. But can even help you with your career goals and, you know, maybe changing career directions in 2019. And you're doing all of that for $10 a month, which is unbelievable. Like you probably spend $10 a month on like coffee alone, probably more than that. So very worthy investment in your future. Like I said, if you want to jump on it, the first 500 people get 2 months free with my link in the description box, so head down there. There's already 7 million people taking advantage of these classes, so new year, new you, highly recommend them. I've worked with them before and I will continue to work with them in the future because they're awesome. Back into the assumptions. Assumption, you feel pressured to be very productive because of your content. Whoever wrote this, you know me so well. I put so much pressure on myself, not only to make content, but to be productive like all the time. Like I just crave having that fulfillment of always feeling very accomplished. Like I like to fill my free time with things that make me motivated. I spent 5 hours last weekend just watching You on Netflix. Not sure if that was a waste of my time or not, but after I finished this, like the show, I just felt very like sick with myself for just doing that, and I could have done so much more, worked on my podcast, but instead I just did that. So I love having YouTube and social media to be that extra something that I can always feel productive by working on, but at the same time, I do put a lot of pressure on myself and it makes me kind of self-loathe when I do just give myself time to relax and watch TV and not push myself to do that. Okay, the most common assumption that you all sent in was that I have everything together, that I'm happy, organized, I love my life. Like I got this over and over again that your life is perfect. Someone said they have an unrealistic belief that you are the perfect person with all their ish together always. And I feel like this is cringy for me to answer because no matter how I answer it, it's gonna come off very like snobby and like self-interested, but I genuinely do work really hard to make sure I have my life mostly together. If you look at my room right now, it's horrible. Haven't done laundry in 3 weeks. Like I definitely don't take care of everything, but for the most part, I really do feel like I have a handle on my life and I'm happy with where I am and where I'm going. So it's a fair assumption, but my life is not perfect. I guarantee you I have a lot of embarrassing moments and flop days, but I do make my life look really perfect on social media, which I've talked about before. So you guys know that what you see is not what you get with me. Like it's not all glossy weekends and fun. So someone said they assume that I'm on a vegetarian diet, but not an actual vegetarian. I don't know what that means. I thought vegetarian diet was synonymous with vegetarian. Maybe they mean like I still buy leather products or something. Not really sure, but I haven't strayed from vegetarianism. The only thing I've eaten in the past 2.5 years of being vegetarian is clams, which are barely animals anyway. But yeah, I've eaten clam chowder like twice because I love it. But yeah, interesting assumption. I assume that you have a fast metabolism to stay trim with all the great food you eat. I eat out way too much, guys. Like I need to curb that habit. I also don't eat the healthiest of foods. I've gotten so much better. Like I've improved so much since the past, but I do enjoy my funfetti cake. I enjoy my Christmas cookies. Like I enjoy, you know, a good ice cream here and then, mostly vegan ice cream. But yeah, my metabolism has slowed down, but it's still working for me. It's still working hard for me. Assumption, you spend at least an hour per Instagram story. Not an hour, but I've already made a video on how I make my Instagram stories. I definitely spend some time on it, but to me, it's almost like self-care time. Like it's like creativity time. I get to release kind of my flow and doodle around, and it probably takes me like 10 minutes per story, 10 to 15. I should time it sometime. Assumption that you're making more YouTube content this year. Guys, I'm not gonna be one of those YouTubers that's like, I'm coming in with a bang and you're gonna see so much more from me, because realistically, I think like 1 video a month is what you can probably expect from me, which is why it's very helpful if you have the notification bell turned on for that one magical video a month. I would love to create more content But as I've plugged a million times and shown you nothing for, I'm working on a podcast. I have the title, it's called 5 to 9, and I have the cover art done, I have the intro song done, I have a couple interviews done for it. It's coming, guys. It's coming in 2019. It's one of my resolutions, so you're not gonna see more YouTube content from me. You'll see plenty more content, but it's probably gonna be audio content. So get your iTunes or your Spotify ready to subscribe because I'm super excited about it. Leave your reaction down below to this video. Which assumption did I answer that you were surprised by? Which one did you completely know that everyone would ask me about? Like, leave all your thoughts down below. I would love to hear. I'll be back as soon as I can with another video. Thanks so much for watching, and Katherout.